All of our teachers have access to Study Island. Even if you're not using it with students as their practice, you can still use it to teach it. So you can go to either Teacher Toolkit and find resources and lesson plans and simulations, or you can just go to your grade level, click on your subject, and then find which standard you're wanting to do. So like, let's do real world problems. So I could either pull up the practice and go through the practice with the kids on my MTSS group or in my class or in person. I could do the printable worksheet. So if I go through the practice, it's only going to give me one question at a time. These questions are aligned to the FSA and they're aligned to they're aligned to FSA, they're aligned to all the standards. So these are more like what they're going to see and not just again on just, 54 times 29. It's actually, okay, we have markers here, not markers, base 10 blocks here, and it says 99 markers shared between 9 students. So you go through the questions one by one if you want. You could also, that's a different one. You could also go through the printable worksheet. So these you can put in Microsoft Word. So if you open up Microsoft Word, you'll be able to change the names of the students that are in here. And what I really like about the Study Island assignments that you can put in Word, you can edit these. These are more of the word problems that they need and not just 5 times 7. But if you do not know, on Study Island, it will give you the answers and it will explain why. Because, not all of us grew up being math people. It says, this is why this is. If you have every, number of ounces in the bottle and 8 bottles, so it's 8 times 7, and it goes through how to solve the problem. So if you're not so strong in math, you can look at the explanations and see that. And then again, you can change this and be like, Amy bought 5 bags. And I'm like, what? Amy? That's in the question. Oh my gosh. So Study Island has extra questions for you. Obviously, this question right here is not a question you could put on a printable worksheet, so it didn't go to the Word version. But you could also do a group session. The game session, you can actually pull up the lesson. On this one, it has flashcards, a printable worksheet, but you could also do the build test library, and you can create your own test or worksheet, basically, because you want to pick specific questions. Like, you need really to know some second grade standards, but you don't want them to know that it's second grade. So you're doing like some foundation for multiplication. So you're pulling questions from second grade. And so for this is the practice questions that they may have seen, but if they've never used Study Island, they're not going to see them. But these are the questions. Oh, it doesn't have any. So here are some, how many bears are there? Which equation would this, go with? So you can choose your depth of knowledge. You can choose your question types. You can add these questions to the test or worksheet. And then you can go to 3rd grade. And then you could pick questions from here. So like modeling multiplication. Again, the assessment questions, they haven't seen these yet. Just so you know, when you print big blocks like this, it's not going to show up. Don't bother. Or you'll have to be drawing lines and stuff. It's like maybe this one, maybe that one. It may be light enough that you can see it. This one, and then you can save your selections, and then maybe you can have some more advanced questions if you wanted. So you could go through and add advanced questions. So I would use Study Island for your getting your questions, getting extra questions for them.